Welcome to storied Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. A staple of the college football environment. Color-coordinated schemes in the stands. A stripe out today. Students, alumni, all fans have band together to try to make life miserable for these visitors. It's the Marshall Thundering Herd and the Penn State Nittany Lions. Along with David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rose, some interesting storylines setting up in this one.
Guys, Penn State made one of the most interesting hires of the offseason. Matt Campbell has shown that he can do it all at Iowa State. Tough nose, and he is a physical coach that makes sure his players play tough. Let's see if the Blue Bloods can get a blue-collar work ethic and bring Penn State back to excellence. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And the Nittany Lions kickoff unit is ready to go, and so are we to start this season. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Marshall's offense will get first crack at it today. And here comes the big tight end, Toby Payne. He's been a this crowd ready to make its presence known. Quick give. It's Boston. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And you want to run the football, and that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Hand off from the shotgun. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. 3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Left side is Payne. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend it.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He'll keep it on 2nd down. Oh, he's got some space. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
Long way to go on 2nd down. In the backfield, it's Parsons. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Out wide left, it's Payne. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, you're seeing this offense aggressive here right out of the gate. I don't even know if they're planning on running the football the rest of this game, the way they're throwing it right now. I mean, they're just throwing caution to the wind. And, David, we know it. They've got a lot of confidence in their skill players throwing the ball, and right now, that's been very apparent early.
Well, and now you knock me back on my heels a little bit. Now I'm like, oh, crud, is this their game plan? Is this going to be pass, pass, pass? So defensively, I'm thinking, how do I make my subs? Do I go dime? Do I go nickel, right? Like, they're definitely pass happy, but the first thing I have to do is get a pass rush and make this quarterback feel uncomfortable.
Picked off!
play for this defense, stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Marshall is out on the field and ready to get this drive cranked up. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. 2nd and long here. Fake to the back, wants to throw it. This one's complete. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. Trainers are out there having a look at this freshman defensive tackle to see if he is going to be able to continue. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to get the first through the air. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
Man, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
He'll try to make the catch in traffic. And they'll stop him right there on the return. The Nittany Lions offense will now get its first chance with the football. Let's take a look at our impact players. First carry of the season. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down. Let's take just a second and talk about Penn State. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on 4th down.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run, and then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. Used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation.
Ready. Whoa, 22, go, go!
He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, 4th down, in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
The Nittany Lions will line it up on 1st and 10. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Sees a crease. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Well, one thing you know about Penn State when you've watched them play in recent years is they were absolutely loaded at running back. Maybe the best 1-2 combination over the last several seasons of Nick Singleton and Kaytron Allen, David. Now both those guys are gone. There's going to be some new faces toting the rock, but this is Penn State. They've got to be able to run the ball.
They do, and you think about this new era with Matt Campbell coming over, obviously bringing Hansen at the running back spot, but you know how he likes to do it, man. Multiple tight ends, run the football. Rocco Beck's going to be steady at quarterback, so whether it's Hansen, whether it's Peoples who comes over from Ohio State, I expect the ground game to be what Penn State fans are used to.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Ball at the 31, third and short, coming defense trying to rise up. How about that pursuit? They stop him right at the line of scrimmage, bringing up fourth down.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again? So I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive like they were on the last fourth down.
They've already converted once on fourth down on this drive. They are unafraid to make everywhere four-down territory. And he's not going to be able to wedge his way there. The defense with the stop.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on fourth and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that fourth down play.
Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. Just gets rid of it before the heat. After the incomplete pass, there is a player still down, and they'll come out to check on him. You hate to see this, all of the work in the offseason and injury this early in the year. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Dropping back, it's Turner. The screen, he can go. Could not make his way to the corner.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments. Wide out level noise. Fires on the run. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down.
And you see more and more of this.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. That one just came off his hand badly.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks. It's 1st down. The Thundering Herd picked up a fresh set of downs by keeping it on the ground. The option, the keeper. Pushes ahead for 1. It's 2nd and 9. They don't need a bunch on 2nd down. Working the ground game. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Marshall looking for the score on 1st and goal. And he charges across the line. Touchdown, Thundering Herd!
This has been a back-and-forth battle with a lot of football left to go. Really nice job executing on that rushing touchdown. If they get this extra point, this thing is all tied up.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he made the extra point without problem. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Nittany Lions will get things going as their offense heads out to the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive play.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Long way to go on 2nd down. He's changing the play. And he could not get loose on the run. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. Got an alley. Crosses the 30. He's loose on the left. At the 30. He's at the 10. Into the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left. We're going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
On to attempt the try. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And you'd be hard-pressed to find a better way to finish. An 81-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Marshall takes over the ball, the thundering herd offense coming out. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Fresh set of downs going up top. Out wide right, it's Culliver. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Second down, going to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And those in-breaking routes, man, it's got to be trust. Trust in the offensive line to do their job, and then trust that you know your receiver is going to break that off and come straight down the line of scrimmage. Stay away from the defense, especially those guys that sit back there trying to look at the quarterback's eyes and read him. Nice timing on that in route.
Back to pass on second down. Right side, it's Payne. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half.
Well, it feels like everybody else on offense has been getting some in the passing game this drive. Finally, they get the tight end going, too. He's like, dude, I'm good, and I'm open. Throw me the ball. And that's exactly where the quarterback goes. He's feeling it right now. He's distributing the football to a bunch of...
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
Marshall comes to the line way behind the sticks here on second and long. Looking downfield very late in the half. Good job just to get rid of that one.
You gotta love the aggressive nature this defense is playing with right now, and you're seeing the athletes and the dudes they've got up front. A sack on the last play, they hit the quarterback on this last one. Now third down, you know they're gonna be pinning their ears back.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Makes a move. He's got an alley. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
The unit on the field. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. Not much coaches love more than finding points on special teams, and that 94-yard touchdown return gave it to them. He'll bring it out. It's Hamilton. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority one. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. Let's start with the Western Michigan Broncos taking on the number 14 team, the Michigan Wolverines. And it's Western Michigan looking to get the job done on the road. Right now it's early, but they lead this season opener. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back to your game in Happy Valley. It's hardly a secret what this team wants to do. They want to feed the beast, let him run it, and control the line of scrimmage. Ground and pound, and continue to add to this lead in the second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Beaver Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Holly, what did you find out coming from the locker room?
Guys, catching up with the Nittany Lions head coach at the half. This home crowd is fueling their running game. Every single time the running back gets the rock, they are going crazy. The ground game has been good, and they're going to continue to ride the momentum of this home crowd.
Appreciate that, Holly. Can't get him to the ground.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
He just broke the century mark. 100 yards rushing, and he's making sure the defense feels him in this opening game. They're going to ride this running back.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Keeps it on the ground. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Nittany Lions look to keep this drive humming. They'll give it to him again. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Third quarter here, 2nd and 10 as we are getting this season underway in the opening week.
Ready, go!
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. The freshman safety still down on the field as he's being attended to by the medical personnel. Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. Changing the routes with his receivers. He's not quite going to make it to the marker. They'll spot it at the 37, and now a decision on 4th down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Got a little space. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Boy, I really wasn't expecting a run there. Most teams in that situation look for the quick pass to pick up the first down.
No doubt, because you drop your quarterback, he can throw the ball really quickly, or he can take off and run the football. So a little bit more one-dimensional when you run the football, but if you do it successfully, It works. If nobody says anything, everybody's happy.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
And there is no greater friend to a quarterback and to a coach late in the football game when you have the lead and you can pound the rock. Offensive linemen can pave holes, like running back now runs through them, successful, move the ball, and most importantly, that clock can tick, but the physical ground game late in the game, that's how you finish opponents off.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They give it to him first time this season for the transfer. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Penn State!
And with this long drive, man, they're just showing you what they've been showing you throughout this football game. They can get it done. They can score points. And now, getting later in the football game, getting up by 3 possessions, the pressure is really on.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Thundering Herd offense ready to come out and get this drive going. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Drops back on first down. In traffic, it's Norton. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Marshall quick to the line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
There he goes. Slides to the ground after picking up the first great play on 2nd and short. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Play action on first down. Doesn't get it there. Third quarter opening week of the season, and they're facing 2nd and 10. Makes the grab. Taken down.
We're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Going to try to get it himself. He's tackled right at the 40-yard line. That is well short of the first down, and let's see if they go for it here. Marshall will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this when ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. On the move, it's Hansen. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
And there's a coachable moment for that young man right there. It's a nice run. Your team's got the lead late, but because of that, you cannot go out of bounds before you get to 2 minutes. If you go out, the clock's going to stop, and that's a coachable moment, something he'll learn from moving forward.
Right at the line. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. A productive play is one that gets you at least halfway to another first down here on 1st and 10. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play.
And the ball is free on the pitch.
Well, you always worry about turnovers in the first game, and for this young man, he's got to be able to turn the page. I know that was his first carry of the year. He puts it on the ground. That's the nightmare scenario, but you got to be able to wash that and flush it out. You got to be able to play the next play.
This offense has it with really good field position. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. Bought a little time, lets it go. Incomplete. They fought for it, but it just squirted harmlessly to the ground. 2nd and long here. Running inside. It's Boston. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. Marshall quick to the line. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
They drag him down behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that hasn't happened very often. He has had a tremendous night.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Turning it on! Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a crease. Might have a chance. The 30, the 20, the inside. Touchdown, Penn State. And the beatdown has ensued.
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing. Rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35-10. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the capper came on that 62-yard run to the house. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Off-play action. Fires to the middle. Holds on. It's Culliver. And he's got plenty for the first down, and now they'll have a chance to get their thoughts together coming out of the 2-minute timeout. New set of downs after the completion. Breaks into the open.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment, because today, oof, it was not a good day.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
Doing it himself again. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. He's loose on the right. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Marshall is out on the field and ready to get this drive cranked up. At this point, it really hasn't been your best day. Just try to find something to build on here at the end, David.
Yeah, just try to keep fighting. Show your kids you're going to keep fighting. Keep throwing the football. Try to get some points up. Palmer, points have been at a premium. They haven't scored very much, but keep fighting, man.
Yeah, and just, try to find things to build off of for next week as well, right? I mean, it's all about continuing to improve week in and week out. So whether that's identifying playmakers or just seeing what you can come up with here at the end of this game and not quitting.
Marshall comes to the line facing third and long.
Mike 53. Mike 53.
The old coaching cliche, go win or no every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
That great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you want it to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. But if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive right now moving forward.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.